ಇಂದು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಲವಾರು ಚಾನೆಲ್ಗಳಿವೆ. ಅವುಗಳ ಪೈಕಿ ಮನರಂಜನೆ ಸುದ್ದಿ ವಾಹಿನಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಲೆಕ್ಕವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈ ವಾಹಿನಿಗಳು ರಾಜ್ಯದ ನಗರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಪಟ್ಟಣಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಹಳ್ಳಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಜನರು ಎದುರಿಸುತ್ತಿರುವ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೆಳಕು ಚೆಲ್ಲಿ ಅವುಗಳಿಗೆ ಪರಿಹಾರ ಕಂಡುಕೊಳ್ಳುವ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿರುವ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತಲೇ ಇದೆ.
ಉತ್ಸಾಹದಿಂದ ತುಂಬಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಜನಜಂಗುಳಿ, ಮಾನವ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಧವ ಸೇವೆ ಅನ್ನತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಲಯನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲಬ್ನ ಸದಸ್ಯರುಗಳ ಒಂದು ಸಮೂಹ, ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಟು ಮ್ಯಾನ್ಕೈಂಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಟು ಗಾಡ್ ಅನ್ನುವ ಒಂದು ಉದ್ದೇಶವಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ಆ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಸೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಉತ್ತಮವಾಗಿ ಯಥೇಚ್ಛವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಲಯನ್ಸ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಸದಸ್ಯರುಗಳೇ, ವೇದಿಕೆಯನ್ನ ಅಲಂಕರಿಸತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಗಣ್ಯರೇ, ಪುಟಾಣಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ಮತ್ತು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆರೆದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಯುವ ಪೀಳಿಗೆಯ ಗಂಡು ಮತ್ತು ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ, ಸಹೋದರ ಸಹೋದರಿಯರೇ, ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute privilege and pleasure to spend the evening with you people. I'm truly enjoyed. When people say having a goosebump, I truly have had a few goosebumps till now. I'm extremely grateful for the introduction, albeit it was lengthy. What I want to emphasize, reinforce, inform you is, Nanu Nimmalli Obba. I come from a small village called as Chandapura, not far from here. I went through my schooling in Anekal, did my PU in MES, medicine in Bengaluru University, and our own lion, Albert David, was my senior. He used to actually live a room above my room in the hostel. It was an absolute joy to spend the years with him. The next 20 minutes or so, I'm going to try and share some knowledge I have about cancer, try and allay the apprehensions and anxiety. Cancer is a bhayanaka ಅನ್ನುವ ಒಂದು ಭೀತಿ ಜನಗಳಲ್ಲಿದೆ, but that's not true. ಮಾನ್ಯ ಲಿಂಗೇಗೌಡರು ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೆ, if the Lord, ಆ ದೇವರು ನಿನಗೆ 2 ವರ ಕೊಡ್ತೇನಪ್ಪ, ನಿನಗೆ 2 ಶಾಪ ಕೊಡ್ತೇನಪ್ಪ, choose one of them. ಒಂದು an early cancer, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು diabetes. ನಾನು I would choose an early cancer because cancer is curable. It is not something you carry for life. It is the fear you carry. So I try and do this for the next 20 minutes or so, try and tell you a bit about cancers and what we can do to help our future generations. Lights up. So if I start on the lights out for you. Ladies and gentlemen, ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಎಂಬುದು ಒಂದು ಭಯಾನಕ ರೋಗ ಅನ್ನುವ ಒಂದು ಭೀತಿ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿದೆ. If you think about it, just close your eyes for 20 seconds. 20 ಕ್ಷಣಗಳು ನೀವು ಕಣ್ಣು ಮುಚ್ಚಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆಲೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, things that you experience, things that you go through are some of these shown there. ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯ ಭಯ, ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯ ಭೀತಿ, a fear, an anxiety, the fear of going through pain, the fear of going through suffering, and the fear of death. We see cancer as an absolute darkness, which is actually not true, and that's what we should all work on. Next slide, please. I'm a surgeon by trade. son of a humble farmer, call myself a farmer even now. I truly do not have any disclosures to me. I'm here sheerly out of my passion to share my knowledge about cancers. The next 20 minutes, I'm going to tell you briefly about what health is. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಇದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ವಾಟ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಈಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಎಂಬುದನ್ನು ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅನಾರೋಗ್ಯ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಲ್ನೆಸ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ಡ್ ಟು ವೆಲ್ನೆಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಟು ನೋ. ಹಾಗಿರುವಾಗ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇವೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 4 ನಿಮಿಷಗಳು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ಒಬ್ಬ ಸಮಾಜಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಜ್ಞ ಇದ್ದ, ಅದರ ಹೆಸರು ಸಿಗ್ಮಂಡ್ ಫ್ರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ. This gentleman was a social scientist. He was a famous psychologist. He spent about 40 years researching about what health is. We all talk about health. Today, we talk about health as a balance between physical, mental, and psychosocial well-being. If one starts going through a physical pain, ದೇಹದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋವಿರಬಹುದು, ಒಂದು ಆಘಾತದಿಂದ ಆಗಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನೋವಿರಬಹುದು. This is physical pain. ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸನಿಹದ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಸಾವಾಗಬಹುದು, ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರಿಗೆ ಆಘಾತವಾಗಿ ಅವರು ತೀರ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಹಾಗಾದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಮಾನಸಿಕವಾದ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಉಂಟಾಗ್ತದೆ. ವಿ ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ ಎ ಫೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್, ವಿ ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ ಎ ಫೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಲೋ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಎ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಯರ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಸ್ರಪ್ಟೆಡ್. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾನವರು ಸಮಾಜ ಜೀವಿಗಳು, ವಿ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಇಫ್ ಸಂಬಡಿ ಐಸೋಲೇಟ್ಸ್ ಯು, ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಯಾರು ಮಾತಾಡದೆ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ, ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಐಸೋಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಯು ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ ಎ ಫೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ವೆಲ್. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಆ ಸಿಗ್ಮಂಡ್ ಫ್ರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ದ, ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್? ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್, ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೈಕೋಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ವೆಲ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಟೆಲ್ಸ್ ಅಸ್. ಇದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅನಾರೋಗ್ಯ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಲ್ನೆಸ್? If there is disruption of any of these 3 components, one of the 3 components, one becomes unwell ಅಥವಾ ಅನಾರೋಗ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ಸಿ, ಈ ಒಂದು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಂಗತಿ ಏನಿದೆ, ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್. ವಿಶ್ವ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಏನಿದೆ, ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, 60% of the mortality and the morbidity in India will come from non-communicable diseases ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸಾವಿರಬಹುದು, ನೋವಿರಬಹುದು, ಆರೋಗ್ಯದ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ವ್ಯಯ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, 60% ನಾನ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕಬಲ್ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಇಂದ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ನಾನ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕಬಲ್ ಡಿಸೀಸಸ್? 20 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಟ್ಯೂಬರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೋಸಿಸ್, ಟಿಬಿ, ಕುಷ್ಠರೋಗ, ಲೆಪ್ರಸಿ, ಹೀಗೆ ದೇ ವರ್ ಮೇಜರ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್. But now they are not major problems. The major problems we are faced with today are heart attacks, strokes and cancers. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಆ ಒಂದು ಸಾಸಿವೆ ಕಾಳಿನ ಒಂದು ಕಥೆ ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀರ. ಸಿದ್ಧಾರ್ಥ ತಾಯಿ ತನ್ನ ಮಗುವನ್ನ ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಾಗ, ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರೆ, ಸ್ವಾಮಿ, ನನ್ನ ಮಗುವ ಜೀವವನ್ನ ವಾಪಸ್ ತರಿಸಿಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ. ಸಿದ್ಧಾರ್ಥ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನೋಡಮ್ಮ, ನೀನು ಸಾಸಿವೆ ಕಾಲಿಲ್ಲದ, ಸಾವಿಲ್ಲದ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಸಾಸಿವೆ ಕಾಳತ್ತ ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನ ಮಗುವನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ಜೀವಕ್ಕೆ ತರಿಸ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಗು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದೊಂದೊಂದೊಂದು ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾಳೆ ವಾಪಸ್ಸು. ಹಾಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ಸಾವಿರ್ತದೆ. ಹಾಗಿರುವಾಗ ಈಗ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬೊಬ್ಬರಲ್ಲೂ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಮಂದಿಯಲ್ಲಾಗ್ಲಿ, ಮನೆಯ ಸಹೋದರರಲ್ಲಾಗ್ಲಿ, ರಿಲೇಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಾಗ್ಲಿ, ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಡಯಾಬಿಟೀಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಶುಗರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಹೈ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಹೇಳಿ ಒಬ್ಬರು ನನಗೆ ಕೈ ಎತ್ತಿ ಹೇಳಿ, ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಹತ್ತಿರ ಮತ್ತು ದೂರದ ಸಂಬಂಧಿಕರಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಈಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಾನ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕಬಲ್ ಡಿಸೀಸಸ್. ಹಾಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಕೂಡ ಹೌದು. ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಶ್ವ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ಹಾಗಿರುವಾಗ ಈ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂಚೂರು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಮುಖ್ಯ. ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಹೊಸತಲ್ಲ. ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ನ್ಯೂ. Cancer has been there from the day human beings were born. ಆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ಗೆ ಈ ನಾವು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಬ್ ಅಂತ, ಏಡಿಕಾಯಿನ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಕಾರಣ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಸೀನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಆಸ್ ಫಿಲ್ಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಪೇನ್, suffering, ignorance, transmission. This is the reason a crab claws depict a cancer. If you do not know where you come from, how do you know where to go? ನಮಗೆ ಇತಿಹಾಸ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬಹಳ ಕಷ್ಟವಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಹಾಗಿರುವಾಗ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಈಜಿಪ್ಷಿಯನ್ ಪ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ನೋಡಿ 3000ದಿಂದ 1500 ಕ್ರೈಸ್ತನ ಮುಂಚೆ 3000 BC 2500 BC cancers were described. ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದೂ ಧರ್ಮದಲ್ಲೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದಲ್ಲೇ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವಿಶ್ಲೇಷಣೆ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. The word cancer comes from a Greek terminology called as carcinos, which translates to cancer. The same thing is said in Sanskrit about karkata. ಕರ್ಕಟ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಏಡಿಕಾಯಿಯ ಕಾಲುಗಳು. ಸೊ ಕರ್ಕಟದಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ರೌಡ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಇನ್ ಆರ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಅಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಟು ಕಮ್. ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇತಿಹಾಸ ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ, ಆದರೆ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರಿನ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ, when we talk about the treatments of cancer, whether it's chemotherapy, radiotherapy, immunotherapy, surgery, it all predominantly started after the Second World War. ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಮಂದಿಗೆ ಜೀವಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅರಿವಿರ್ತದೆ, ಬಯಾಲಜಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಎಂಬುದು ಏನು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಒಂದು 4-5 ವಾಕ್ಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಮಂದಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿರೋಶಿಮಾ ನಾಗಸಾಕಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳಿದಿರುತ್ತದೆ. ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ ಹರ್ಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಹಿರೋಶಿಮಾ ನಾಗಸಾಕಿ? The atomic bomb disaster that happened during the world wars. Every person, every human being, every animal, every plant that has been originating after the Hiroshima and Nagasaki has had a disability, has had a cancer. What is going on? The whole process of damage that happens, the risk factors that damage the cell. The cell has a powerhouse called as the nucleus. ಇದನ್ನ ಜೀವಕಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ದ ಸೆಲ್. ಇದನ್ನ ಜೀವಕೋಶ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ದ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್. ಸೊ ದ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೀಸ್ ಕ್ರೊಮ್ಯಾಟಿನ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದೊಂದು ಕಣದಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಒಂದು ಮೆಮರಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ದಟ್ ಮೆಮರಿ ಇಸ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಸೆಲ್ ಟು ರೀಜನರೇಟ್. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಹದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಜೀವಕಣ ಸತ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಜೀವಕಣ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸಿಮಿಲಾರಿಟೀಸ್ ಟು ಅವರ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್. There will be similarities to my children have my similarities, so on and so forth. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಆದಾಗ ಈ ಒಂದು ಜೀವಕೋಶದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕ್ರೊಮ್ಯಾಟಿನ್, if it goes through damage, a bad cell is born. ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ದೇಹದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಜೀವಕಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಕಣ ಹುಟ್ಟುತ್ತದೆ. The mother nature is very robust. ಆ ಒಂದು ತಾಯಿ ನೇಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, she is very robust. ಆ ಒಂದು ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಕಣ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ಕ್ಷಣ ಆ ಒಂದು ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಕಣವನ್ನ ದೇಹ ಸಾಯಿಸ್ತದೆ. That bad cell is killed by a scientific process called as apoptosis. ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಣ ನನಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಸಾಯಿಸ್ತದೆ. So what is causing this damage is all the risk factors we talk about. ಅಂದು ಹಿರೋಶಿಮಾ ನಾಗಸಾಕಿ, ಇಂದು a lot of risk factors are causing the same process. The smoking we do, the fried food we eat, the obesity we take into, the pollution we are going through. Not one, not two, not three. The risk factors are innumerable. So hagagi, it is our responsibility to reduce these risk factors so that we can give this Mother Nature to the generations to come in a reasonably healthy state. Next slide please. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಬಹಳ ವಿಶ್ಲೇಷಣೆ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. We talked about tobacco, ತಂಬಾಕು, ಜರದ, ಬೀಡಿ, ಸಿಗರೇಟು, ಹೀಗೆ we abuse the human body. ಅದರಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಹೆಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಶ್ವಾಸಕೋಶದ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಹೌದು. ಬೆಂಗಳೂರನ್ನ we call it the capital of breast cancers in India ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. Although the theme is about smoking, about tobacco, I think it is important we also highlight the current problems we are faced with. ನಾವು ತಿನ್ನತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಊಟದಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಕರಳಿನ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ಗಳು. ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಓವರ್ ವೇಟ್, ದೇಹದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ತೂಕವನ್ನು ಹಾಕುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಸಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ಸರಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರೆ, ಅದೇನೋ ಸರಿ, ವೈ ಆರ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. ಲಾಂಜಿವಿಟಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಜೀವಾವಧಿ ಏನಿದೆ, ದ ಲಾಂಗರ್ ವಿ ಲಿವ್ ಮೋರ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಗೆಟ್. ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂದು ದ ಆವರೇಜ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ 68 ಇಯರ್ಸ್. ನಾವು 68 ವರ್ಷ ಕಾಲ ಬದುಕ್ತೇವೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಆವರೇಜ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಟುಡೇ. 10 ವರ್ಷದ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಲೇಟ್ 50s. Japanese they live up to 90. Swedes they live up to 84. Brits they live up to 82. Africans they live up to 45. So hagagi living long itself is a risk factor, and we certainly have better diagnostics. CT ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಗಳಿದಾವೆ, MRI ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಗಳಿದಾವೆ, PET ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಗಳಿದಾವೆ, ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಚೆಕ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ. So we are actually better at diagnostics. We have better treatment. ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಚಿಕಿತ್ಸೆ ಏನಿದೆ that is also improved, and people's affordability has gone up. Sarkara, the government used to be a healthcare provider after independence. Today the government is a healthcare insurer. The private sector is huge, and the ever-growing risk factors. These are the reasons why we are having more cancers now. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. ಮೂಲತಃ ಈ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, this all comes from ICMR, Indian Council for Medical Research ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. These are facts, figures, research ಇಂದ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಡಾಟಾ. There is a clear linear relationship between where you live and the type and the number of cancers. Bengaluru, Delhi, Madras, Kerala, northeast of India, the cancers are on the rise. The cause is clear. The risk factors we are exposed to. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು ದಿಲ್ಲಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, 28 ವರ್ಷದ ಯುವಕರಿಗೆ ಲಂಗ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. Not because they are smoking, but because they are exposed to the pollution they have. ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ 26-28 ವರ್ಷದ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಬ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. It is the lifestyle. Smoking, big risk factor for breast cancers. Obesity, big risk factor for breast cancers. Oral contraceptive pills, big risk factor for breast cancers. Prolonging pregnancy, elderly pregnancy, not breastfeeding, career-oriented women, the millennium people, these are the risk factors for breast cancers. So what we have to understand is the nature has done some rules and regulations which we have to stick to. The risk factors are pushing the cancers to a higher level. Next slide, please. ಸಮಯದ ಒಂದು ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ I won't go into the details. ಮೂಲತಃ ಇದು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ಗಳ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಮದ್ರಾಸ್ ರೋಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಲಕ್ಷ ಜನ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನೀವು ಕರೆತಂದು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬೊಬ್ಬರನ್ನ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸುಮಾರು 110ರಿಂದ 125 ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸೊ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಮನ್, ನೋ ಡೌಟ್, ಬಟ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯೂಜ್. ಇದು ಜನರಲ್ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್, ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಜನರನ್ನ ಕರೆತಂದ್ರೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ನೋಡಿ, ಇದು ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತದೆ, ಒಬ್ಬ ಗಂಡಾಗ್ಲಿ ಹೆಣ್ಣಾಗ್ಲಿ 75 ವರ್ಷದ ತನಕ ಬದುಕಿದ್ರೆ 1 in 8, 1/8ರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಖಂಡಿತ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಗಂಡಸರಲ್ಲಿ. ಹೆಂಗಸರಲ್ಲಿ 7ರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ. ಸೊ living longer is a risk factor, no doubt, and we are all exposed to the risk factors causing cancers. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Ladies and gentlemen, when somebody gets diagnosed with cancer in your family, in your neighborhood, in your kitchen, there are 2 things that happens. The patient who has got a cancer doesn't understand what's going on, and the family is busy sorting out finances to the hospital, and it's a very troubled time for these patients, for the families. They do not know what really happens behind the scenes. The next 2 minutes I'll tell you what actually happens. ಆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ನ ಒಂದು ಪಯಣ ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ, the journey of cancer, it is important to know, and I will just highlight that in a minute. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Symptoms ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳು ಅಂತ. Concentrate on this word, ಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳು, symptoms ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. I talked about 100 to 125 patients with cancer when you bring in a 1 lakh population, 100,000, 1 ಲಕ್ಷ ಮಂದಿಯನ್ನು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಸುಮಾರು 110 ರಿಂದ 125 ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. If I translate that to simple mathematics, 1,000 ಮಂದಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. It is not a lot. ಆದರೆ if you pick up the symptomatic population, ಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳು ಉಳ್ಳಂತಹ 100 ಮಂದಿಯನ್ನು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದ್ರೆ, ಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಕೆಮ್ಮಿದೆ, ಕೆಮ್ಮು ನಿಲ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಬಿಡಿ ಸೇರ್ತೇನೆ, ಸಿಗರೇಟ್ ಸೇರ್ತೇನೆ, ಕಫದಲ್ಲಿ ರಕ್ತ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಬಾಯಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಗಾಯ ಇದೆ, got an ulcer in my mouth, it is not settling, it's been there for 6 months. ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ 56 ವರ್ಷ, ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆನೋಪಾಸ್, ರಕ್ತಸ್ರಾವ ನಿಂತಿದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಈಗ ರಕ್ತಸ್ರಾವ ಮತ್ತೆ ಶುರುವಾಗಿದೆ. ನನ್ನ ಸ್ತನದಲ್ಲಿ ಗಡ್ಡೆ ಇದೆ, ಹೋಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೀಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳು ಏನಿದಾವೆ, ಈ ಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳುಳ್ಳಂತಹ 100 ಮಂದಿಯನ್ನು ನಾನು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, I'll still pick up about 5 to 6 cancers in that 100. So what is important, ladies and gentlemen, is not about screening the general population, it is about picking up the symptomatic patients. And how do we pick up the symptomatic patients? By spreading awareness. ಆ ಒಂದು ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಜಾಗೃತಿ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಆ ಒಂದು ಜಾಗೃತಿಯನ್ನು ಮೂಡಿಸಬೇಕು ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಜನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ. ಆ ಒಂದು ಜನಜಾಗೃತಿ ಇದ್ರೆ you automatically go to the doctors. But you live in an IT era now. ಜನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಗೂಗಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Problem with googling is, Google and doctors, we both are culprits. I'll tell you why. We are very good at making a well person, ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಾನಸಿಕವಾಗಿ ದೈಹಿಕವಾಗಿ ಆರೋಗ್ಯವಾಗಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮಾನವನನ್ನ we make a worried well patient. We feel that anxiety in him. But how many cancers do you see, by the way? 100 ಮಂದಿಯನ್ನು ನಾನು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದ್ರೆ you only see 4 to 5 cancers. The 95 people, the 95 patients are absolutely normal. So there is no cause for concern. So ನಿಮಗೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಲಕ್ಷಣ, symptom ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇದ್ರೆ, you have to go to a clinician who can separate the gold from the dust, who can talk to you, who can examine you, who can put you through some investigations to make sure ಆ ಒಂದು ಗಂತಿ ಏನಿದೆ, ಆ ಗಂತಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯಲಿಕ್ಕೆ we have to have the biopsy. The proof is in the pudding ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. Until you see on a biopsy that these are cancer cells which have become problematic, you cannot call it a cancer. Next slide please. So ಹಾಗೆ ಈ ಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮ ಅಜ್ಜಿಗೆ ಎಲೆಡಿಕೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ, 25 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಹಾಕ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬಾಯಲ್ಲಿ ಗಾಯ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಹೋಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್. ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಬಟ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ದೆಮ್ ಟು ದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್. ಸ್ತನದಲ್ಲಿ ಗಡ್ಡೆ ಇದೆ, ಹೋಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, you need to go and see the doctors. ಮಲಮೂತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ರಕ್ತ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, you need to go and see the doctors. ಇದ್ದಕ್ಕಿದ್ದಾಗೆ ತೂಕ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಆಗಿದೆ, you need to go and see the doctors. ಹಾಗೆ it is very important that you pick up on the symptoms. ಆ ಒಂದು ಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ವೈದ್ಯರ ಬಳಿ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಆಟೋಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕಲಿ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬಯೋಪ್ಸಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಯೋಪ್ಸಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದ ನಂತರ ಯು ಪುಟ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ as ಸ್ಟೇಜಿಂಗ್. ಸ್ಟೇಜಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಈ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಉದ್ಭವವಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ? ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ದೇಹದ ಒಂದು ಕಣ ಕೂಡ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಆಗುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಇದೆ. ಕಣ್ಣಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಮೂಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸ್ತನ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಗರ್ಭಕೋಶ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಉದ್ಭವವಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಉಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಅರ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಅಂತೇವೆ, ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ 1, 2 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಎಸೆನ್ಸ್ the cell of origin of the cancer, the cancer is just there, not moving far, not spreading elsewhere, we call it as an early cancer. And that is picked up on the CT scan, and once we know it is not spread anywhere, we call it stage 1 and 2. ದುರಾದೃಷ್ಟ, ಈ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಲಿವರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದೆ, ಲಂಗಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತನ್ನ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಹಳ ದೂರ ಹೋಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ then it becomes stage 3 and 4 cancers. What we can do as clinicians is very limited when the cancers are advanced, and unfortunately 83% of the cancers that we see in India are advanced. 100 ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ 17 ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ ನಾವು. That is because of sheer ignorance people have. ಒಂದು ಭಯ, ಒಂದು ಭೀತಿ, ಒಂದು ignorance. People want to hide cancer. ಅಂಡ್ ಈ ಒಂದು ಭಯ ಭೀತಿಯನ್ನ ದೂರ ಮಾಡೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯವಾಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಲಕ್ಷಣ ಕಂಡು ಬಂದಾಗ ವೈದ್ಯರ ಬಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುವಂಥದ್ದು ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟೇಜಿಂಗ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು. ಸ್ಟೇಜಿಂಗ್ ಆದ ನಂತರ ಏನು ಒಂದು ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಶಸ್ತ್ರಚಿಕಿತ್ಸೆ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಸ್ಮೋಕಿಂಗ್ ಕೀಮೋಥೆರಪಿ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಸ್ಮೋಕಿಂಗ್ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದಿರಬಹುದು. ಹಾಗೆ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗಳು ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಕೊಟ್ಟ ನಂತರ ಆ ಒಂದು ರೋಗಿಗಳನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಫಾಲೋ ಅಪ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ಸೊ ನಮಗೆ ವೈದ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಕಷ್ಟದ ಕೆಲಸ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಆಂಕಾಲಜಿಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಕೀಮೋಥೆರಪಿ ಕೊಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಕಷ್ಟದ ಕೆಲಸ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಈ ನಿರ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವಲ್ಲ, ದ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ ವಿ ಸಿ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ವಿ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟಿ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಟು ಆಕ್ಟ್. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದೊಂದು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಸಹ ನಾವು ವಿ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟ್ರೀಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್, ವಿ ಆರ್ ಟ್ರೀಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ಹಾರ್ಬರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್. ಆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಮಾನವನನ್ನ ನಾವು ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೇವೆ, ಚಿಕಿತ್ಸೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೇವೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ನೀಡ್ಸ್ ಅ ಬಿಗ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಎ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್. ಸುಮಾರು 85-86 ವರ್ಷ ಇರಬಹುದು. ಇತನಿಗೆ ಕರಳಿನ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಸುಮಾರು 30 ವರ್ಷದವನು ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ. ನಾನು ಏನು ಈ 30 ವರ್ಷದವನಿಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಶಸ್ತ್ರಚಿಕಿತ್ಸೆ ಆಗಲಿ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಐ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಡೂ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ 86-year-old. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೇರ್ ಯುವರ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಪ್ಲೇ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. See, cancer, it doesn't spare the rich, it doesn't spare the poor, doesn't spare the royals. But what it does is, there are winners clearly out there. There are fighters clearly out there. And there are losers clearly out there. And what we need to be aiming at is to choose the winners, to be the winners, to fight to win. That is what we should be aiming at. Next slide please. ಶಸ್ತ್ರಚಿಕಿತ್ಸೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಮ್ಮಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಕಾಶಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ದಾರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ there's no one way to Rome. That's what we say in English. You know, whether you do an open procedure, laparoscopic procedure, doesn't truly matter. Next slide please. ವಿವಿಧ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಚಿಕಿತ್ಸೆಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಲಭ್ಯವಿದೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇದೊಂದು ಕರಳಿನ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ನ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಲೈಡ್. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಪಿಕ್ ಅಪ್ ಎನ್ ಅರ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್, ಅರ್ಲಿ ಬವಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್, ಕರಳಿನ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ನ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ 1-2 ಪಿಕಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು, ದ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸರ್ವೈವಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 5 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ನಂತರ 95 ಮಂದಿ ದೇ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಅಲೈವ್, ಯು ಕ್ಯೂರ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್. ಅದೇ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ 3 ಮತ್ತು 4 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 5 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ನಂತರ 95 ಮಂದಿ ಸಾವನ್ನಪ್ಪುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೆತ್. ಅನ್ ಅರ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಯು ಲಿವ್, a late cancer you die. So that is where it is important you attend to the symptoms and attend to the clinician soon. Next slide please. Next slide please. Next slide please. Next slide please. Ladies and gentlemen, cancer ಭಯಾನಕ ಹೌದು, ಆದರೆ there is light at the end of the tunnel. The future is very bright. If you start thinking about it, we're all living longer. We have better healthcare facilities. We have better affordability. There is better awareness that is going on. And actually speaking, there is hope. There is life. There is happiness. Ask somebody who has been a winner and who has gone through a cancer journey. They appreciate life. They enjoy every second of their life. And they are the people who are the resilient ones, and they'll tell you how to lead a life. And I think what we should translate is the dark slide into a happy slide, and the future is actually bright if you think about it. Next slide please. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಂದು ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿದ್ದೇವೆ. What is that we should do? As Lions Club members, you have been doing an absolutely fantastic job. It is not only the responsibility of the general population, it is also the responsibility of the clinicians like myself, the professionals like myself, to spread the awareness amongst the people, to tell them about cancers, to screen people, and also educate them about cancers. What is also very important is, think about the risk factors and try and bring the risk factors down. See, Mahatma Gandhi was a man who said, be the change you want to see. And the youth icon Vivekananda went on to say, arise, awake, stop not till the goal is reached. Hagagi, all of us, that small change we want to see, we have to show. It could be as simple as quitting smoking. It could be as simple as cooking that extra salad at home. It could be as simple as not taking your car to work, instead walk. It could be as simple as not using plastic. It could be as simple as try and grow your vegetables. So it is your responsibility, it is our responsibility to cut down on the risk factors so that we can give this Mother Earth to our future generations in a state where they can inhabit. Next slide, please. All that I want to say is, we would all like to be that person out there. Fresh air, clean water, pesticides-free food, not much of obesity or overweight, and obviously without any risk factors. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. With this, I would like to thank you for the opportunity. And one thing I would like to say at the end is, let us be the change we want to see. The last 20 minutes or so, I've told you what is health, Arogya andrenu, Anarogya andrenu. Cancers ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಚೂರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ, and I have told you it is in our hands to actually cut down the number of cancers and actually deliver this Mother Earth to our children in a reasonably safe state to inhabit. Thank you very much. Dhanyawad.
Ill effects of tobacco. We had conducted seminars at a couple of colleges. One seminar conducted at C College of Engineering for the engineering, undergraduate engineering and arts and commerce students by Dr. Shalini from the HCG. Here are a couple of slides from that event. It was a very informative session. We had about 500 students from the engineering section and another 2,000 students from the arts and commerce colleges, nursing colleges. It was a very informative session. The students heard it with pin-drop silence, and we hope that at least we have prevented a couple of students from taking or having the habit of tobacco, smoking. We also had seminars conducted at United Mission College by Professor Reggie Thomas. 15 colleges were identified, over 1,000 students attended seminars so far. Anti-smoking drives in corporate and street plays across Bangalore. Some of them have been already conducted and some have been scheduled for the coming weeks. Some of these pictures and photographs from the events conducted so far. Thank you.
I had to release this out here. What about the occasion of the region meet of this region, and my compliments to the editor of this magazine.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. I told Maria Kamal when he invited me for Raisin Meet, I said, please pardon me, I will not be able to make it. He didn't leave me. And again, our Cabinet Secretary Pratap Yadav had called me, sir, you have to come. Maria wanted you to be present during his Raisin Meet. I told him it's not that I don't want to come, but I'm little tight for time, so I'll not be able to make it. He said, no sir, he wants to have reason meet in your presence. You tell whenever you wanted to have reason meet, you will have the reason meet. I said, no, you should go ahead with the reason meet, I'll try to make it. I was in Gangavati last night, and today I came back from Gangavati participating in their Golden Jubilee celebrations of Lions Club of Gangavati. And tomorrow we have a very important program of our home club. Dr. Naresh Agarwal, immediate past president and LCF chairperson, is coming to inaugurate the permanent project of my home club. That is home for Lions Club of Bangalore East, home for aged and children. The first block, the children block, is ready for inauguration. It's being inaugurated tomorrow. So I'm a little tight for that, patience and all. So, however, it is my pleasure to be part of this recent meet. Maria Kamal, thank you for inviting me for this. And before I forget, I take this opportunity to invite each one of you to be present tomorrow at 11:30 at our permanent project. I've already shared the Google map in the WhatsApp group. Please be there at 11:30 to part of a wonderful event. It's one of the best projects. I should not say, but you should come and see it. And also, I would like to compliment the Maria Kamal for his leadership as a region chairperson and both the zone chairpersons, ably supported by both the zone chairpersons and all the club presidents and members for excellent work this line is to care for the community. And also, you all know that Lions Clubs International 2 years back decided to add pediatric cancer is one of the global causes of Lions Clubs International. And Lions Clubs International is advocating and advising all the Lions Clubs all over the world to focus on global causes like pediatric cancer, relieving hunger, environment, vision, and the diabetes. So, one of the causes for cancer is tobacco, and especially for pediatric cancer. And I would like to appreciate Dr. Lingegowda for a wonderful work he has done today morning as to trying to educate a lady who's working in BBMP to stop chewing tobacco. And while appreciating, but I don't know, I'm not sure. And tomorrow morning, if doctor again goes for a walk there and see that lady again chewing the tobacco because of the addiction. No surprise, doctor, if you see her tomorrow again chewing, and because there's a fear of cancer, we create fear in them, saying that tobacco causes cancer. So there's a one side fear and one side addiction. I don't know which dominates what. So fear dominates addiction, and you'll stop, and addiction dominates fear, you will not stop. So I think my experience and feeling is addiction dominates today. The fear will not dominate. I don't know where is our Vice Governor. Bhanumurthy Reddy. Is here? He was here in the front now. I don't think he'll feel bad if I take his name now. I understood that he's been smoking for the last 35 years. And many times, many people try to scare him that if you smoke, you will die out of cancer. He said, I don't mind dying, but let me enjoy my cigarette, because he started his early days smoking. So why I'm telling this, there's a reason. Today, what is important today is to give awareness to the children at the age where they should not get into this bad habit. Once they get into the bad habit, they will not stop it. That is the experience, and each one of us have seen this and experienced it. So why I'm telling this is that is the age. I mean, like we always say, the kids are 3 different ages, like 1 to 10. If you tell them don't do it, they will not do it. When they start growing beyond 10 and become 11 to 15 and 17, that teenagers, if you tell them don't do it, they would like to see what is in it. Because we parents don't tell them that why they should not smoke or why they should not do. We only tell them don't do so. They want to try it out. That is called adolescent age. And the third age is that they're mature children, so they know what is right, what is wrong. So if they already got habituated, they will continue. If they're not to that age of the third group of children, they will not start. So why I'm telling all this is that you all know the Lions Quest. And in Lions Quest, the Unit 6 is called Living Healthy and Drug Free. If you go to the syllabus of Lions Plus, there are 8 units in Lions Plus syllabus for the children, what we teach, 45 classes. The 6th unit is called Living Healthy and Drug-Free. There are 4 to 5 periods, sessions are taken to the children of age group of 11 to 14. These sessions enable students to learn about the harmful effects of alcohol, tobacco and drugs. By undergoing these sessions by the teachers, in the Lions Plus sessions, skills for adults sessions of Unit 6, they use their critical thinking skill in analyzing and rejecting through message, practice refusal skills, and learn ways to be positive role models. So why I'm telling this, if you can work, all the Lions Clubs start working towards reaching children with Lions Plus program, start implementing the Lions Plus program. Certainly, I'm 100% confident that if a student at the age group of 11 to 14, that is 6th standard to 9th standard, if they undergo the Lions Plus Life Skills program, I'm sure those children will not get into these bad habits of tobacco and other alcohol or drugs. And because they know, see today we tell them don't smoke, children, they want to try it out. But when I have sat through the whole session of Lions Plus Life Skills when the teacher was talking about anti-tobacco and drugs. How they take the class to the children is that first they don't talk about smoking, they don't talk about tobacco, they don't talk about drug. They talk about the chemical composition of tobacco, chemical composition of a drug, and the chemical composition of a smoke out of tobacco. Then after giving them the education on chemical composition, then they tell how these chemicals affect on the human body and various parts of the human body, various organs of the human body. After that, they ask the children, do you like to consume this chemical? Then all children will say, no. That's how the class is taken through. Then when they know the chemical composition of all these tobacco and drugs and alcohol, and they know that how they affect on the human body, they will certainly not attempt to consume these tobacco and alcohol and drugs, things like that. So my sincere request to all of you is give awareness to the children. I'm glad that you have conducted seminars for the children in the schools. The awareness is to be given to the children to not to start or get into this habit, but difficult to make one more lady or a lady in the morning to stop smoking or stop chewing tobacco because they're addicted. I'm not hurting you, Banu, you come back. Yes, please. So, friends, today my sincere request to all of us, give as much of awareness as possible to the children, youth, so that they will not get into these habits. So, Lions Plus is the solution for all these problems. Not only one unit is talking about healthy living and drug-free life, but there are other units also which are really good for the children. So my request to all of you is to go back to your respective clubs and start implementing Lions Plus to the children. And coming to the governor was telling me, I don't want to take much of your time, but governor was telling me that few of the new Lions Club members are going to be here, which is going to be started. They have come to Governor, Durwani Nagar Lions. Can you please raise your seats? The members who are going to join Lions Club Durwani Nagar. Yeah, thank you very much, and you have taken please take your seats. You have taken a very good decision to join this wonderful organization. And Governor told me that you talk a few lines about Lionism and let them get motivated so that they can start this club as early as possible. So, leaving aside the recent meet, I would like to take 2 minutes. My dear friends, ours is the 102 years old organization and world's largest and biggest organization and oldest organization in the world. Today, in 2007, the Financial Times has conducted a survey by taking almost 30 NGOs to rate the NGOs, and Lions Clubs International has become #1 NGO in the world, and which has been declared by Financial Times out of 30 NGOs which were taken for rating. And we continue to be #1 even today. Since 2007, not even a single organization has overtaken us, and we continue to be the leader in service in the world, and we continue to be #1 organization in the world. And also Lions clubs, we got 46,000 Lions clubs all over the world and about 7,000, over 7,000 Lions clubs in the country. It's not only gives you opportunity for service, doing service, but also it gives you opportunity to develop yourselves. Today, I'm standing here in front of you and talking to 200, 300, 400 audience, it's all because of Lionism. When I got elected as the president of a Lions Club, and I was asked to give an acceptance speech end of my installation as a president in 2001, and when I asked to speak to 100 people, I was shivering. Today, when I go to the conferences, and if I district conferences, if I don't see 1,000 people, I start shivering. That's what is the change the Lionism has made to me, and you really get transformed, my dear friends. The opportunity for all of you to get transformed. If you ask me what way I benefited through Lionism, I don't think any words are enough in English language to talk about it. With tenacity and patience, I can go on explain to you about the benefits of Lionism. I would like to share one experience and then take my seat. I thought I have at this point of time. I was governor in 2006, 2007. Suddenly I got a call in the evening at 6 o'clock. The call was from one of the governors from Orissa. He called me, Mr. Reddy, this is governor from Orissa. I'm traveling to Bengaluru via the train from Orissa comes from Bhubaneswar comes to Bengaluru via Andhra Pradesh. He said, I'm half an hour away from Mongol. That is, first Mongol comes and Nellore comes. I'm half an hour away from Mongol. My daughter developed a fever and I need some, he himself is a doctor, the governor himself is a doctor. And he said, my daughter developed a fever, I need some medicines, can you help me? He thought that by seeing the name Reddy, he thought that I am from Andhra Pradesh. So all governors will have the directory of lines of the country. So he gets any phone number of any line, especially the governor's numbers easily. So he called me by seeing the name Reddy. I said, Governor, I'm not from Mongol district or Nellore revenue district, I'm from Bengaluru, but certainly I can help you out, don't worry about it. Because one of my home club members is from Mongol. So immediately I told him, if we can reach you the medicine in Mongol, I will try to reach you in half an hour time. Otherwise, I will reach you in Nellore. 100% I'm confident I'll reach you in Nellore. That is another half an hour or 45 minutes travel. Then I spoke to my club member, Ravichandra. Dr. Ravichandra is a member of Lions Club. He's from Mongol, that area, and I asked him, can you help me? That I want this injection and tablets to be delivered in Mongol railway station. And after half an hour, I got a call from governor that, Ms. Reddy, I got the medicines. This is the power of Lionism, my dear friends. I can go on giving you hundreds of stories and testimonials. This is the power of Lionism. So anywhere in the world today, I can call anybody as a director, past director, I can call anybody and ask for any help. But it's not that we are there to ask for help, but that is the power of Lionism. So welcome to the wonderful organization, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
ಸಿಂಹಗಳಿಗೆ ಶುಭ ಸಂಜೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಲಯನ್ ಶಿವಶೇಖರ್ DC ಫಾರ್ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛ ಭಾರತ್ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಲೋಗನ್ ಕಾಂಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಫುಲ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಆದರೂ ಹಲವಾರು ಜನ ಸ್ಲೋಗನ್ಸ್ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಲಯನ್ ವಿಲಾಸ್ ಡೌಲೂರ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅರ್ಬನ್ ವಾರ್ಸ್ ಕೆಜಿಎಫ್ ಇವರು ಪ್ರಥಮ ಬಹುಮಾನ ಪಡೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವ್ರ ಸ್ಲೋಗನ್ ಈ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಲೆಸ್ ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಬರೆದಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಲಯನ್ ವಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣಾರೆಡ್ಡಿ ಅವರು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಲಯನ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಧವ್ ಕುಲಕರ್ಣಿ ಅವರು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಲೋಗನ್ ಬರೆದಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಸ್ವಚ್ಛತೆಯ ಆನಂದ ಪರಿಸರ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಜೀವನಕ್ಕೆ ನೀಡುವ ಉಪಕಾರ ಅಂತ ಬರೆದಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಧವ್ ಕುಲಕರ್ಣಿ ಅವರು ಬಂದು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೈಸ್ನ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಇದು RC ಕಮಲ್ ಮರಿಯಾ ಅವರು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಧವ್ ಕುಲಕರ್ಣಿ ಅವರು ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಲೈನ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್.
Thank you, sir.
ಮಾಧುಕರ್ಣಿ ಕುಲಕರ್ಣಿ ಅವರು ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಲೈನ್
Very good evening. Myself Arun Kumar, Region Chairperson of Region 3. Along with my co-authors Lion K. Raman, Lion Gautam Reddy, bring warm felicitations to my friend Lion Kamal. My hearty congratulations for the wonderful region meet, and we wish you all the best, Kamal.
The presiding officer, Region Chairperson, Lion Maria Kamal, distinguished guests, honor of the dais, my dear Lions and Leos. Once again, very good evening to all of you. At the outset, let me congratulate and compliment Region Chairperson Maria Kamal for conducting such a wonderful region conference today. Friends, region conference is the platform to share the present memories and showcase the club achievements. This is the last region conference for the year 2018 and 19. The region 1 is consisting of the eight clubs. All the clubs in the region doing very well. I appreciate Region Chairperson Maria Kamal for giving the able leadership and extending one new club from this region. I take this opportunity to congratulate and compliment the Zone Chairperson, Zone 1, Ravi Puram. He is also extending one new club, which is going to be reported tomorrow. And also I congratulate and compliment Zone Chairperson, Zone 2, Jesse Albert David, for all his support to the region chairperson. Friends, coming back to this region conference, my observation, the wonderful venue which we have selected, the good region theme, that is anti-tobacco. One thing I wanted to make it very clear, in the beginning itself I told the region chairperson, whatever theme you select, please do the activities before the prior to the region meet. The only one region has done that. This is region 1. They have conducted 2-3 seminars prior to the region meet. My compliment to the region chairperson. The wonderful keynote address. Thank you very much, sir. So it is really good. And friends, very good attendance. Regarding the time management, I think little bit, I think 10-15 minutes more. But only one comment about this region conference is you would have added some more service activities. And with this, on behalf of 1,865 lines of District 317E, I bring the warm wishes to the region chairperson Lion Kamal and the host committee. I wish you all the best. Friends, I am going to take you 2 more minutes. District 317E, District Conference Convention of the 30th Convention is scheduled on 27th of April. Further today we are going to release the official call. I request our past International Director Vivek Krishna Reddy, please come and release the official call.
Friends, it's my pleasure to release the official call brought out by our District Governor, Lion Sitharama, for this convention, and I wish him all the success for a wonderful convention.
august company of dear line friends, guests and eminent speakers. Let me start with thanking Presiding Officer, Region Chairperson, Line Maria Kamal for giving me the opportunity as the host committee secretary. Thus, I stand before you. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank the First Lady of the evening, Line Lata Kamal, for accepting our invite and gracing the occasion, adding charm to the dais. Thank you, madam. I would like to thank the chief guest, Dr. Linge Gowda, keynote speaker, Dr. Narsimaya, guest of honor, PID Line V.V. Krishna Reddy, for giving us the valuable time as also valuable information. Thank you, sirs. We have learned something new today. I would like to thank our district governor, Line H.T. Sitarama, and his spouse, our first lady of the district, Line Vanita Sitarama, for their valuable time this evening. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. I would also like to thank PMCC, Line Ramachandran and Line Srinivasan for being here with us today. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our advisor, host committee advisor, IPDG Line G Srinivas for his guidance. Thank you, sir. I take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank First VDG Line Shashi Kurana and Second VDG Line Bhanumurthy Reddy for being here with us. I would also like to thank all of past district governors in the audience. Thank you, sir, and thank you, madam. I would like to thank all our district cabinet officers present in the audience for their valuable time and presence. Thank you. A big thank you to all fellow lion ladies, Leos of our region and other region. Thank you all. I would also like to thank all the invitees and officials from neighboring districts for adding to the pleasure of this evening. A big thank you to all non-lion guests who have given us their time this evening. Thank you. This vote of thanks would be incomplete without sending out my thanks to Kumari B.V. Kushi for the invocation song, MCs Line Dev Pradeep and Leo Sushri Tutiran, and flutist Mr. Giridhar Patil. Thanks to the media personnel here for being here with us today. Thank you. And last but not the least, a very huge thank you to the host committee chairperson, Line Dr. Albert David, co-chairperson, Line Dr. Ravi Putran, and all the host committee members for all the work and effort that has culminated into this beautiful evening today. Thank you all. Please join us for dinner and fellowship after the meeting is adjourned. Thank you and long live Lionism.
I, Region Chairperson, Line Maria Kamal, adjourn the meeting for fellowship and dinner.